Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Down today, or tonight rather. Big shout out to the supporters. Always got to keep you in my thoughts. You feel me? This ain't gonna be a long one, but I do have something to say about the first in the building. The first in the MFN building. Andrew Charles on deck with it. Man, big shout out to Andrew. When I seen you in here, Andrew, I said this would be a good time to explain something to Andrew. All right. Andrew, it's a lot of areas on social media that deals with boxing media, right? That I see you attached to somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like DNA. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like activity. You know what I'm saying? It's like initials. You know, I see you on different people's channels and stuff, and I see you, you know, traveling social media. So pretty much what I'm trying to tell you is, I also see you liking my pictures on IG, the pictures that I take of other boxers underneath some of the biggest promotions in the sport. I just wanted to tell you I appreciate you. Real talk. It's not the first time I've seen you do that, but I just wanted to say salute to you and thanks for taking a little small, minute effort to like the picture. If you in the IG community and you are looking at other people's information, whatever they got, their content or whatever, and you choose to hit the like button, know that WCS appreciates the little small effort that you did with liking my content, brother. So big salute to you. No doubt about it, man. I had to show you some love on that. And for everybody else, you know, me and Showtime are going to exchange back and forth. We support each other. We already done, you know, been on the grind, low crawling, you know, continue to do trench work. So, you know, that's not a problem. You know, we're going to piggyback off one another regardless and get this media distributed out through social media. You know what I'm saying? We cover multiple fighters, but ultimately Jihad Tucker is the prio. You know what I'm saying? Jihad Tucker is the big dog. That's what it is. But those of you that showed me mad love, man, I'm talking about the other ones that showed me mad love about the pictures, the boxers who hit me up and told me thank you. Who some of them, the first time me covering, they know who I am now. They say they looked through my catalog on IG. They couldn't believe they didn't know who I was with all the pictures that I got. But hey, I'm telling you, outside of this YouTube, I got other skill sets. You know what I'm saying? And the more and more you work with the skill set, the better and better that you get. Now, this is Hot Grease Chronicles, EP 99. In 99, you understand, and you're looking at the at Crawford versus who exactly. So let's talk a little bit. Let's have just a somewhat like a brief dialogue. In this case, it's going to be a monologue, but dialogue if you're responding to the people that's in the chat. Okay. So people are still upbeat about June 17th. June 17th being another date has been thrown out here for a potential fight between Crawford and Spence. The reason why you have boxing fans that are so hungry and desperate for this is because there's 2 pound for pound fighters that's on the pound for pound list. 2 pound for pound fighters who are on the pound for pound list. They are both champions. One has been champion more than the other, of course. One has achieved more in his career than the other. You know what I'm saying? That's factual. And also, one holds the WBO title, which is the 4th sanctioning body to what Errol Spence is attempting to claim. Now, if we look back at the declaration for which Errol Spence made a while ago without rehashing or revisiting all his declarations and, you know what I'm saying, everything he said he was going to do that stood out, like Crawford on coming for the effing belts, or he's going to be undisputed at welterweight. Okay, we heard all that. All right. So with all that's been said over the years, that he's done all the heavy lifting, he's did everything right. You have 1 belt remaining, but yet it has been so difficult to collect. Everybody else, they're going to tell you that these individuals was beneath the umbrella of the PBC TGB. That's where they were. So it was easy for them to make that fight. So I'm going back to the time where these 2 individuals met up. And when Errol Spence said the easy route. So within the easy route, you had to know that Crawford was always going to be separate from the promotion umbrella that you've been under, that you're currently under. You feel me? So I always think to myself, you didn't have that on the table. You didn't have a specific plan on how you wanted to go about get to the belt, knowing that Crawford was never going to sign with the PBC. Come on, man. I know there's something that a lot of people ain't heard. Let's be honest with ourselves. Real talk for once. When you was up there talking about the easy route and all that other stuff that people play 1,000 times over, you didn't think if it came down to the fight being difficult to be made, that Crawford was never going to sign with the PBC. So therefore, since you didn't consider that, right? You didn't consider the fact that he'll never be with the PBC. So therefore, who is truly to blame? Once again, as I reiterate, who is truly to blame for piss poor planning? It can't be Crawford because he left Top Rank and he attempted to go over there and negotiate, but someone didn't want anyone else touching the fight. But yet, as I scurry through social media and I listen and I listen and I read, it's people out here that still complaining and coming up with very pathetic excuses, as if Terrence Crawford is the sole proprietor to taking all the culpability for this fight not happening. No, if you plan on unifying the entire welterweight division, proper planning prevents piss poor performance. You should have thought all this out. If you got the grand poop of all managers, you should have thought all this out. You should have thought all of this out. You knew it was never going to be a time where Crawford was going to sign to Al Haymon. So you trying to tell the people that this entire time you had the 3 belts in motion, and you got with the Sean Porter, and then the Manny Pacquiao fight fell out. You got with your Dennis Ugas. At that time, you knew everything that was going on with Crawford. You all didn't take it upon yourselves to say maybe we really should sit down and reset and think about how we're going to get him into this fight. Now, let's even take it a step further No, let's take it a step closer to 2023. After all the lies that was passed in 2022, all the fake bogus dates, everybody that was hopping on board, trying to big it up as if it was really going to happen, all the ones that put the fake news up there and still fake to this day. We go over to 2023 and all that we got was leaked phone and Stephen Espinosa, who continues just to be inconsistent, you know what I'm saying, and contradicting on what he has to say about the fight. 1 minute he said Crawford walked away from the fight. The other minute say he didn't say negotiations never stopped. And then we get something that said that these two fighters has restarted. When the heck can we already have closed down that entire distance if these two fighters getting this fight signed, sealed, delivered, and not get any type of info on it? We haven't received any info that the fight is finished, but yet we're talking about June 17th on Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia's card. If that ain't the easiest way to puppetize the media once again, to give us another carrot and dangle it over April 22nd, the entire next 2 weeks, dangle the same carrot. You all cannot be that hungry, because we all know carrots don't taste well. Even if you blend it up and put some mango, kiwi, strawberry, cocoa, whatever you want to do, you're still going to taste that carrot. That's why they love doing it, especially when it comes to the YTC. How can you just come out and say negotiations have just restarted? Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence restarts negotiation, but yet this fight date says it's going to happen in June, and we haven't heard any leaked information saying this fight is completed. Now, maybe y'all can help me out. Haters are mad at Bud like it's his fault. They fell for the okie doke for the 100th time in a row. Hey, Bud came out and said it's April's fools, right? And look, I'm not the one to shy away from, having a silver tongue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one that shies away from that. I definitely enjoy wordplay. I don't see anything wrong with it. But in this case, I just have a question. Okay. So Bud says April's fools. So therefore, like my title says, what does it say? What does it mean for boxing? What does it mean for boxing, y'all? Somebody help me understand what it means for boxing. April Fool. What does it mean for boxing? What about the fools 11 months prior to April? We all know when we hear about this topic right here, it's been plenty of fools that was on board talking this up way before April. Yes, you can have 11 months before April, dog. I know that might have thrown you all out a bit, but I'm telling you, you can have 11 months before April. What I want to know is, what about the other 11 months before April that consisted of an incredulous amount of fools that was willing to talk this up last year, the year before that, continue to talk it up. Prior to, the belts was elsewhere. Terrence Crawford had his WBO, Dennis Ugas, had the WBA when they fought or whatever. And then, of course, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter fought for the WBC vacant, right? When Errol Spence started to collect the belt, at that point in time, the powers that be over there at the PBC should have closed distance and put it on the schedule to talk about some things, especially when they was getting closer to April 16, 2022 to fight Yordenis Ugas. Now, we wasn't planning on being in 23 without this fight still. So if you knew you had Ugas and there was enough time to have this fight in November, why wasn't the fight made? Tell me that. Why wasn't the fight made? And if you couldn't make the fight, just come out to the people and say you couldn't make the fight. Because the truth be told, it is what it is when you look at it. It is what it is. If you couldn't have the fight in November, you should have told the people why you couldn't have the fight. If you didn't have the budget for the fight, which showed in the negotiation process, where we're talking about fighters getting back end money, and it's not even the gross, it's the net. That goes to show you, as the promotion, you didn't have the budget for it. You couldn't make it happen. But yet you didn't want anyone else touching it because potentially the fight can happen down the line and you want to be a part of it. Because we know Spence is locked in to a freaking 62 fight deal with PBC. He ain't going nowhere. He'll be fighting the PBC until he's 55. Why was it such a dishonorable thing not to just call it off because y'all didn't have the budget? Y'all really couldn't make the fight happen. It's a lot that you had to do, pay out, and everything like that. And a lot of people over there felt that y'all would have suffered some grave losses. I mean, that's the real part of it. And we shouldn't even be up here communicating that Bud Crawford was the reason. Little old Bud. You know, that's what y'all talk about all the time, how little he is. I remember when he was coming up to the welterweight division, y'all was talking about how small that man was. All of a sudden, he's big enough to stop a whole fight. He's big enough to stop a whole fight. He can stop a fight, and then he can go over there and make a fight for 8 figures, get it done, and then still be out here making his own moves and decisions. That don't look like a person that doesn't know what direction he's trying to go. He said he was ready to spin the block. He said all that. But yet, we still have people up here wondering. They're hungry. They're desperate. They willing to eat anything that is thrown in front of them. And now June 17th is the little breadcrumbs that's thrown out there. These breadcrumbs aren't freaking soaked in anything. They're just dry, stale, crunchy, smelly breadcrumbs. And y'all continue to eat on this. Y'all continue to fall for it. Y'all want to be close to that stench. You want to be close to the stench. Be real with yourselves. You like hanging out in community bathrooms waiting on the Crawford Spence news to be passed. You love it. You love it, man. Just admit to it. Y'all love it. Y'all love being slapped around in a community bathroom with piss on the floor. You sliding all around, acting like you're trying to escape, but you ain't. And then boxing, let your ass stand up. Say, go. You free to leave. This is boxing talking to you. No, man, I just want to sit here and see, can we work this? Pop! They slap you again. You go back down to the floor. You sliding around in the piss and shit. You get back up. They're giving you the opportunity to walk out the door. They're giving you the opportunity to leave this behind. But you stay there. Over and over again, you want to stay there for the abuse, man. And this topic has not went anywhere. Y'all must have some mental health issues going on. That's all I can say. Do y'all have some mental health issues going? Have you stayed so close to this topic that you're unable to separate yourself, do an about face, and walk away? Have you not developed any type of intestinal fortitude, being disappointed as much as you did for this topic, Crawford Spence, are you in a state of delirium right now? Do you need some type of medication to get you where you need to be to move on to talk about other fights that's happening? There's way more fights that's out here that's happening that you can talk to with confidence. You feel me? You can talk about the fight with confidence. But this fight right now, just like Letitia Crawford said, y'all should just let the people that has in total involvement in it, let them do what they supposed to do. That's all you let them do what they supposed to do, man. Big Blunts and Boxing, what's good with it? I be who I be. Salute. This would definitely boost the numbers for the Tank Ryan card. They said it came from the LDBC. That was I seen somebody else's channel. Listen, we've been in an environment like this for quite too long, right? And you heard individuals like myself speak on it. And really, I try to speak in with good faith, positive energy. I'm trying to convince these people that speak on this every other day that this is your actual life that you stepping on. This is your life. This is time that you can't get back that you're stepping on. Every time you want to talk about some fake ass news, man. Let me tell you some one thou wow. Let me tell you something as genuine as I can get it. When you get to my age, right? Because a lot of you young cats is listening now, you're gonna become fully aware when you happen to wake up one day and it might be raining outside, it might be sunny, goddamn it. But you're going to wake up and realize that you're in your 50s and things are going to be different for you. You're going to get out the bed. You're going to go in the mirror and just take a look at yourself. You're going to be feeling a little bit more aching. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be as loose as you was when you was in them 20s. Y'all just hop out the bed, goddamn, shower, get ready, get breakfast, go out, skipping down the motherfucking street. Yeah. No. That's gonna go away. We can put money on it. That's all gonna go away. But getting to my point, when you have put all this time and effort from YouTube about the Crawford Spence fight, when you get in your 50s, right, it's gonna come and you're gonna have an epiphany. You absolutely are going to have epiphanies about how much time and effort that you vested in this topic. No, hold up. Look, not only that, if this fight still hasn't happened, you're going to have a nervous breakdown. And see, when you get older, you really overthink a lot more than you did when you was younger. Some things you talk about, you do when you're young, you don't overthink it as much. You say, nah, that ain't that bad. I can get through that. But when you get older, you start processing a different level to your maturity. You start thinking about where you at right here in life. And then you start reflecting on certain people that you grew up with. You start thinking about your loved ones and everything, right? And you start to understand that you're on a shorter clock than you was when you was 20 years old. And 20 years old, in your 30s, you was on a whole different clock when it came to thinking, processing, forecasting the future, planning your schedule to what you wanted to do on the horizon. All that shit was different. But when you think about the hours that you put in for this Spence Crawford to happen, all the times you've been let down, a lot of you dudes are going to have a nervous breakdown, bro. A lot of you cats are going to be in freaking assisted living way before your time. A lot of you dudes are going to be in there and they're going to ask you, yeah, you look a little young to be in here. What brings you here? I had to get away from that society stuff. I had to come in a place where I knew I wouldn't have no PC access. I knew I wouldn't be able to put my hands on there and access YouTube. Why? Why do you seem so disturbed about it? I actually took a calculator because it was a guy called WCS back in the day that he did a live where he took out a calculator and started adding up the hours that we talk about this topic a day. And then he added up the daily hours and times the month. And he took those months and times them per annual calendar, which is 12 months. And he took the annual calendar and kind of put a 20-year span out there, 20 to 25, 30-year span, and gave us a rough guess on how many hours you would have invested in speaking on the YTC, and pretty much a lot of those hours being Crawford Spence, right? And these are hours that you're not getting paid body hour. These are hours that you're putting in labor in hope of receiving super chats that are taxed twice. Imagine that. Who's really getting tucked in? So you take these numbers and you say to yourself in your 50s, oh my God, I cannot fathom. Oh my God. That's all you know. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my God. I cannot believe I spent that much time on one topic. And if you calculate the numbers, people are going to find out that those numbers that they calculated adds up to years. Years. If you do the numbers and the hours that it take when you're actually awake during the day, it adds up to years that you invested talking about bogus boxing topics on YouTube. And you can't brag about it. You can't go out here and tell your friends that, yeah, I used to talk about Crawford Spence. I got videos for days about that. And then they go in there and look at your videos, and you got videos for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, you got people here doing 8-hour videos. 8 hours. It's people that work 8 hours and they get paid, you know, salary or whatever they pay is an hour. But you got individuals on YTC that will pretty much wait for any type of info to come out that is buzzing out here on YTC, and they will do several videos a day on the same information. So ask yourself, when you get in your 50s now, how are you going to recover? What is going to be your mental rehab? Where are you going to go when you do a calculation of numbers, amount of hours that you put in? And if this fight doesn't happen, what are you going to do? How are you going to control your nervous breakdown? How are you going to do it? I'm here to help you with the hot grease, man. I'm here to assist. If this fight doesn't happen June, how are you all going to survive the rest of the year? How are you going to survive? Why don't you just wait? Why don't y'all just wait and allow those people that's involved in this to speak on it? That is as easy as it gets. That's exactly what Letitia said, man. Let me read you her chat. All right. I mean her tweet. Let me read you her tweet right quick. Because some of you need some therapy. First of all, you need to go find a priest and confess for an extensive amount of time until you get it all out your system. That's what you need to do right there. Until you get it all out your system. But I'm about to bring up this tweet that Letitia Crawford put out there. And I find it that she has very good merit in what she's talking about. But I don't think when it comes to the YTC, this is a type of behavior that they want to utilize, because it requires them to pause and take a little bit more time to process something instead of just being impulsive and going out here talking about shit. See, this is the tweet from Letitia Crawford, right? It say, why do it seem like everyone wants to be first? Have y'all ever cogitated that, what she just said? Why do it seem like everyone wants to be first to announce something? Yeah, I'm serious. Are y'all first to announce certain things, like I got fired from my job? Are y'all the first to announce that I really did the math and I spent a total of 7 years of my life talking about Errol Spence and Crawford when it comes to the hours? Have y'all ever thought of that? Thought about that? Everyone wants to be first to announce something instead of letting the people involved do it themselves. And with that, she put 3 question marks. So she was forming this in light of a question. Why is it so difficult for you individuals to allow them to just work, allow them the time, you know what I'm saying, allow them the calendar space to figure this out? If years and years has passed by already and YouTube couldn't get it done, they couldn't get this no closer than what it is right now, don't y'all feel kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like you deserve to shut the fuck up now? Don't you feel that way? You should feel that way, right? Like, don't you think you deserve that trophy? The shut the fuck up trophy? You don't deserve the shut the fuck up trophy. I can have it mailed to you for real. It's a lot of recipients that I want to deliver it to personally. But dude, think about it. When has the YTC bridged the gap? When have someone came over here to YTC and asked us for our counsel? Has anyone came and asked us for our counsel? Please help me get this fight done with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. You all talk about this 30,000 times in a month. So I figure there may be something we're missing. So we're going to lock ourselves in the room until we're able to come up with some type of conclusion as to how we want to make this fight. Have they ever did that over YouTube? No, they haven't. They haven't. They have not. Juice on deck. What's popping? What's popping with you? So Juice say the fight's not June 17th because Derrick James was training Anthony Joshua. Well, you know, hey, Derrick James has 2 unified champions in the stable, so he should be able to multitask. I'm just giving him some sarcasm. That's all. I'm giving him some sarcastic credit. I'm giving him some plastic credit. For real, for real. Charlo versus Zoo got moved again. Irrelevant to me right now. You know, hopefully he's going over there to get with his bro and go to some counseling. Yeah, I seen on Twitter that Roach's team was under the impression that Spence and Bud was being made, so they looked for another fight. But see, if Terrence Crawford was slated to fight Bud Crawford, rest assured that they're not sitting up here just making guess as to thinking that Bud Crawford's gonna fight somebody else. Come on, man, y'all smarter than that shit, man. Come on, y'all. You think Rocha, who has the opportunity to make the biggest paycheck of his career, right? You think he's going to basically omit that, walk away, just because they believe that Crawford's going to have another fight. Do y'all actually believe that's how the administrative logistics work in boxing? That is insanely stupid. Come on, man. You all are way more intelligent than that. That is the dumbest thought, to believe that Rocha will just give up a payday, give up an opportunity to fight Terrence Bud Crawford, just because he believes that he's fighting Errol Spence. Who does that? No, there's no way they moving like that. No way, bro. No way they're moving like that. The Charlo Zoo news wasn't really disappointing. I saw Charlo was training with the cast off, but that fight don't really excite me. They should make the co-main to Spence and Bud. Hear me out, to the soldiers. Hear me out. The ones that's in the trenches for this fight, the ones that are reconning for new information and criteria. I get it. But why don't you all change it up a little bit and find another entry control point, an ECP? There has to be an ECP somehow, some way, where you all can infiltrate and find out some information that's credible. Don't just be soldiers out here walking around waiting for the orders. No, go find the orders. Go find out the orders, man. Make some phone calls who you think those people might know somebody who knows somebody. That's the only way we're going to get to the bottom of this, man. You know, it's some camps out there. It's somebody. Let's not guess anymore. Find somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? Who talked to somebody, and find out the information that we all want to know. Is it a possibility that Spence and Crawford will be fighting? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the other word, a possibility. A possibility doesn't set us with a confirmation number. We need a confirmation number. We don't need this possibility. We need a confirmation. Nothing else matters but a confirmation. That confirmation number is saying it's been done. The fighters have came to a conclusion. The deal is set. Now we talk about the fight date. If it's June 17th and you want everybody to be there, why wait 2 more weeks? The fight is what it is. The only reason they're doing this point blank, period, is to bring more attention to Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, bro. 2 undisputed fights on the same card. That would be great. Charlo versus Tim ain't happening. It's going to be Bud after Spence. You heard it here first. What do you mean Bud after Spence? MD Mills on deck. What's good? The YTBC is like to a man phone. It's like a woman goes into a man phone, doesn't find anything, and then accuses him of hiding evidence instead of apologizing for going through it. Man, if that ain't the truth, dog, God dang, if that ain't the truth. But listen, like I always tell him there, MD, I never had a woman go through my phone. I always put it out there. If my phone is more important than me, because you feel like you can control that device whenever you feel like it, and not only that, you feel that the information that you get from that device, that you're going to use it to break down this relationship instead of build it up, we can call this off right here. We need to go away. We need to go far away from each other, because when there's a phone involved, hey, it's not gonna happen. They ain't trying to get you nutritional information to build up a relationship, period. Just like this boxing. Putting fake information up there is not building up anything. It's just basically playing around. You know, we grown adults and we out here just playing around like we on the playground once again. And when somebody want to leak it, they say per sources. Now they want to say ring mag. Well, ring mag need to come out with a much thorough article than that. Provide us more clarity as to where he got it. If you're gonna break the news, God damn it, you should be able to say, I know for a fact it's not going to be announced this week, but from my understanding, I'm assuring you it will be announced June 17th. Okay, you can hold me on that word. All right. If I hear some stuff like that I can assure you that it's going to be announced on June 17th, then I feel a lot better that here we go. Somebody that's credible, has a reputation, has some type of reservoir of integrity. I'll believe him along with other people. But we're not getting that. We're just getting it from random YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? We getting it from random tubers and putting fake information out there, and it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere, man. Bud fighting Spencer, then Charlo would be the Andrew Charles. That would be crazy. Dog Legacy. The fight isn't June because they aren't going to do it in 45 days. Got to think. I look at it like this when it comes to the 45 days. We already saying that they can render a promotion in 45 days. And also we know that they can potentially be in fight camp already without the fight actually officially being announced, because, the stupidity of it is that they supposedly going to announce it June 17th. So if you're talking about June 17th, that means we're going to assume the fight is already done contractually. The negotiation is done. You know what I'm saying? Negotiation is done. That's what we can assume when you're talking about a fight date. Because we can't ignore the negotiation process. That's what everybody was talking about for 4 or 5 months in 2022, y'all. Right? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. This fight, I need to hear some news on this fight being signed. So you're just gonna say, okay, from this point, after what we witnessed last year, the fighters and the content creators was up here talking all about this fight, talking about the details, the assuming freaking logistics and everything that's gonna happen with this fight. Now all of a sudden, it's a gag order. When we need to know the exact same thing. The reason being, we want to see if we can go and make reservations ahead of time before the room rates go up 2-3 times the price that they are now. We're trying to be proactive on this shit. Let me say, Rocha already set for May 27th in California. I mean, Rocha, when you talk about mandatories, who has the mandatory, Rocha or Crawford? Who has the mandatory, Rocha or Crawford? So if it's A, then we'll be talking about Crawford. Oh man, what is he gonna do? Who has the mandatory, Rocha or Crawford? So we're talking about B. Crawford has the mandatory. Bud has the mandatory. Bud has the mandatory. We've seen fights be scheduled on BoxRec, and they're in fight camp for that fight. And at the last minute, that fight isn't happening no more. We just seen it. AKA Charlo, Tim Tszyu. We've seen it already. David Avanesian, who was going to fight for the EBU title in November. They scratched that. And he fought in December. We already seen this before, man. We already seen it. Yeah, they got some fights soon. I knew Rocha. Some Bud was signing Golden Boy after that fight. Rocha got word that Spence and Bud is going down. Keyshawn said he wanted to fight on the undercard. My brother, Big Bunch, peace fam. Yeah, people can talk about how they want to fight on the card and all that. But people also need to plan for this card. They need to plan. They need to get the information. If it's going to be a fight card June 17th, we need the planning process. But ultimately, let's not get ahead of ourselves, WCS. Let's not act like we care about, you know what I'm saying, exacerbating this information. It's been too much of it out there already. And this information is so dead, it gives you the impression that you're looking at the third stage of rigor mortis. For real. This topic is so bloated and funky. You know what I'm saying? It just gives you all the wrong vibes, man, every time you see it. It's just so bloated. It got gas coming out of it. It stinks. It's just been sitting out there rotten, man. If people just leave it the hell alone, come on, man, just leave it the hell alone and allow the people that's supposed to give it life, give it life. Right now, it's absolutely dead, bro. It's been in the decomposition stages for a long time. And y'all keep walking up to it like, oh, he just resting. They just resting. Don't think nothing about it. They just resting. What's that smell though? Oh, you know how it is out here. You know what I'm saying? It's raining, it's sunny, it's raining. You know, people start to smell, you know, when they're going through weather changes and all that. Nah, man, it smell like this shit right here. Dead, dog. No, man, it ain't dead, man. Cause we talk about it. We give it life on YouTube. We give it life. No, nigga, you killing it. Whatever oxygen it had, you suffocated. You suffocated it. That topic died of asphyxiation. Y'all are suffocating this topic over and over and over again, man. Next, you're going to find yourself on trial for manslaughter because you was up here killing the motherfucker and didn't quite know that it was going down. You just know, oh, man, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Shit. I ain't worried about what they talking about. Crawford Spence is going down. Okay. I don't think it's happening. I think Crawford may fight somebody else, if possible. I do. I think he can fight somebody else. You know, Spence can too. It's enough opponents out there. But truth be told, I don't deem this information to be the truth. I don't find honesty in this Crawford Spence situation, June. But it is a decent look. It is a decent avenue to attract people to April 22nd. Yes. It's going to be so many people tuned in, bro. And listen, if the fight isn't announced before, all right, during, or at the post-fight in the ring, don't expect it to be announced in the parking lot. Don't say, hey, man, we're going to keep faith. Sit right here, man. They're playing with us. But everybody's leaving the arena. Stick right here, man. I'm telling you, we're going to be the first to see this. We're going to be able to go all the way up to the ring. They just trying to play us, man. They're going to do a whole nother promo with them in the ring announcing the fight while everybody else is leaving the arena. That's what they're going to do. You're going to have some people talking like that. Man, we're going to be the first, man. We're going to be the first. Like Tisha Crawford said, be the first. We're going to be the first, homie. We're going to be the first. We're going to sit up there on the floor seats while everybody else is left. And we're going to get firsthand. We're going to be a firsthand witness to this information being announced. I feel good. Man, this is just insane, man. But I got you, Blunt. Appreciate the info, bro. I got you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I get it. Younger cats can put up with it's forever. Not me though. 5 years is well my limit of BS. Spence and Bud fighting anybody other than each other makes absolutely no sense. It hasn't been making sense for years, man. But you have to hold certain voices accountable. Those voices who will get on here and tell you that They mad because Crawford got up and blindsided them and they didn't see him coming. Did not Errol Spence utter those words? Errol Spence said that he was blindsided. Errol Spence said that he was blindsided. And let's be honest with ourselves. 2 + 2 does equal 5 for some people. The reason why is that if you look at negotiation mathematics, when they say they never stop negotiating, well, that's not exactly entirely true, because Terrence Crawford went and fought David Avanesian. The negotiations were severed. He went over there, signed the contract, he fought Avanesian, and then he returned and said he's ready to spin the block when you are. So that right there, evidence A, tells you that they did at one point in time stop negotiations. Absolutely. Then when you go to plan B, you think about, could they have possibly resumed behind the scenes some type of communication between each other? And if that was possible, who was it with? Because evidence B tells me that it's not with Errol Spence, because he cannot negotiate. Evidence B tells me that I haven't heard that there would be someone to the name of Al Heyman. Both of that haven't told me. So I'm very curious as to know who he was speaking to, if they did in fact resume negotiation. Who was he speaking to? Who Crawford was speaking to? Because he can't speak to Errol Spence about anything. What is he going to ask him? What? Errol Spence say, okay, we can do 50-50. I just want to make the fight. Hey, okay. Bud gonna say, well, you need to go tell Al that then. Nah, man, you tell him, man. Man, he called me to the office, man. I ain't trying. See, that's what I'm talking about. Who's dealing with the contractual logistics? Has the fight been signed, sealed, delivered before we even talk about June 17th? I don't like repeat myself over and over again, but somehow, some way, it just seems like that's not even equatable no more. It's not even a priority to talk about. Like, people not even talk about, like they did the other last year. They was talking about how the contract was signed. Sign the contract, Crawford. Sign the contract. Everything is he agreed upon anything. Why y'all ain't talking about this though? Where's all this talk about this contract in 23? I need the same group of peons to travel back over this way and huddle in a dark room with no freaking air vent and try to come up with a solution to what's going on with freaking Terrence Crawford contractual negotiations, just like y'all was in 2022. Take as much time as you need it. Please get that back to me ASAP. Somebody need to go ahead and find out what are the fine details for this negotiation, since y'all had all the answers last year. But if y'all can't make that happen, that means last year y'all was just up here just talking for viewership. It don't make any sense, man. This really doesn't make any sense. And truth be told, right? These 2 weeks are gonna go by quick. These 2 weeks are gonna go by quick, man. And you know what happened when you get to the mid-year? You know what happened? People start planning for the holidays. A lot of you niggas' holidays are gonna be different this year. A lot of you started out this year with families, and you're gonna end with yourself being there only for Thanksgiving. You're gonna be in the house for Halloween by yourself. You're gonna spend Christmas by yourself, because you don't stress the hell out of your family talking about this Errol Spence and Crawford fight to the point where they don't want to be around you no more. They're out. You know what? I'll return whenever they fight, because when they fight, I don't want to hear you talking about it no more. Okay, I'm gonna take the kids and we're gonna go over here to the Bahamas and we're gonna stay about 3 or 4 years, and just let us know when you regain your sanity. Okay. Yeah, we're still gonna be good. I'm not gonna go over there and meet anybody else and give them a stepdaddy, anything like. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, 3-4 years from now, they should have fought already. Hey, if they, that should be more than enough time. If they don't fight, then guess what? I'm filing for divorce. Period. Some of these dudes, if they don't fight June 17th, your family's gone. Your family's gone. I'm just telling you, some of you all are going to lose your everlasting mind. Now, I hope none of you are in this chat. Man, because I'm about to hit you up. Hey, bro, you good? I haven't seen you on in about 3 months. You good? You straight up? You fine? Okay. I'm just checking, bro. I'm just checking because a lot of shit been going on, and it's and you know what I'm saying, it's April 23rd, and it seems like you're still waiting on the announcement. I want to make sure you're good, bro. Are you solid? They were blindsided because they miscalculated Crawford's option. That's on them. Just like Yellow Beezy said, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That was on them, right? Seriously, it was on them, man. Come on, wake up, man. God damn. Wake up, man. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Why do we keep on going back and forth doing a live on this? You know what I'm saying? We're doing a live on the same stuff. We smarter than that. And this is what we're going to do, man. I just want to come on and give a little bit of hot grease on this and keep your thoughts keep your thoughts active. I want to keep you active. You know what I'm saying? I want to be your therapist, your physician, your psychologist. I just want to keep your mind active. Don't stay too close to this fight. I don't want you to be in a position where you're mentally degraded to a point where it's damn near, if you are able to recover, to be the same person you was before you had the nervous breakdown. All because you want to listen to certain channels, or you thought for sure that this fight was going down June 17th. But what's going to do it for you is on April 22nd, when you don't hear the announcement, oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. All I'm saying, it's going to be a day unlike any other days. Y'all better hope this fight is announced April 22nd. It's going to be a day unlike any day that you experience on the YTC. Please be present. Until next time, people, y'all continue to hold it down, man. This was Hot Grease Chronicles, EP 99. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, but never, ever underestimate. Never underestimate how they puppetize us out here in the media. Never underestimate the abuse that we receive, even though you think it's non-physical. Hey, guess what? Non-physical is just as brutal as physical, especially when you have some type of attraction to tune in and listen to it. Y'all got to be more patient, man. Let the powers that be work this out, so so you can be satisfied in the end. Let them work it out. Let them do what they're supposed to. Let them get together, talk this out. Work the numbers, work all the other, amenities and you know what I'm saying, and the benefits. Let them put together the benefits package for this freaking contract. You understand? But y'all hold this down. See you tomorrow. Salute, turn up, and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.